Hey there YouTube, Bad Fat Panda here, and I have another Minecraft episode of Let's Play for you guys. And this is basically, this is going to be different than what I normally would do. It's an after the fact commentary, so I've already recorded this episode. Now you may think to yourself, well, why would you possibly do an after fact commentary on Minecraft? That just seems ridiculous. And well, it is ridiculous, but it's ridiculous because I decided to not plug in my re-plug in my microphone after I had recorded the previous episode when I was in my recording session. So it turns out that when I went back to export this, I played it after I'd exported it and realized that, well, there is no commentary. Interesting. Okay. So I decided to, because of the sheer amount of things that I got done and the just the nature of the episode itself, I really wanted to keep the footage. I did end up going over the 20-minute limit that I assigned myself. The reason for that is it was just I came upon new thing. It was just like ADD Haven right here. It was just like new thing after new thing after new thing after new exciting thing, and I just continued. So the position I'm in right here, now that I've sort of like preluded this whole episode that you'll be seeing, the position I'm in here, basically I finished the minecart tracks. I think I did that in the last episode, and on my way to gather some supplies from the chests, I was on my way back when I noticed that I had marked this outside of the cave that I actually wanted to go ahead and come in here at some point. So I said, well, why not? And I made myself some shovels, and I decided to come back here. And this went on for... And I came back here with a lot of excess stuff that I was wanting to put in my... Eventually I'm going to make chest carts, the little things that have little chests inside of them that you can just roll around the minecart track, and I'll keep my stuff up to date between my main house and my expansions. Using that, but in terms of what I'm doing here, basically I'm getting through all this gravel, and eventually what you'll see is that indeed I come to a new cave system. And now once I come into this new cave system, I realize, oh wait, this isn't a cave system, and I'm really, this is sort of really awkward to do an after commentary. It's just, Minecraft is one of those things that it's well, at least to me it's quite natural to do a live commentary of it. But this has its perks and benefits. As far as like strategy behind what I'm doing, there is really no strategy. Just wing it and have fun. It's really what Minecraft is about. If I find myself not having fun with a certain game or something, I always come back to Minecraft because it is something that will not make me rage. Unless, of course, I die, as I actually came close to in this episode. But I prevailed. And in addition, just this whole, you'll see just a variety of things sort of coming together from previous episodes, and I do find a lot of iron. With that iron, I am really, a set of iron armor would be quite good, because the main reason I'm doing this. Oh, and the other thing, I made some arrows, I think, in this episode. I do make arrows at some point, and I ended up making, I think it was like 60 or something like that. In the beginning I found, actually that may have been, I don't know, it is just so, because I did it and then I put it off, and I don't export them generally until, like, I save all of the files on my hard drive, but I don't generally export them until the day I plan on uploading them. So I recorded this 2 days ago. 2 or 3 days ago, and I don't know, it was a Friday, so it is currently Sunday, and it is currently quite nice outside. Actually, it's a lot of people are afflicted with seasonal affective disorder, where they get sad. I always thought that, like, just there are some disorders that really sort of the abbreviation for it is just awesome, and sad for seasonal affective disorder is quite awesome, because there's some, I think it affects nearly every season, where people get change their mood. And here's another cave, high five, but you will notice that it's not quite new. So what seasonal affective disorder is just basically like you get literally depressed about a certain season or seasons. If it's not summer, you're depressed all the time, and it makes you sad, hence sad. but I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, I really like winter. Winter is awesome. Fall is awesome. I could really just, I don't know, I'm not generally a very optimistic person, but I find each season to have its perks and I don't know, detractions or things that detract from the overall nature of the season. Perks and cons, pros and cons is what I was going for. There we go. And oh, I don't know if I can do this 25 minutes without some water next to me, or green tea, as is one of the perks of winter, as you can drink tea. And coffee gives me heartburn. I don't know if anybody else suffers that, but I do drink my fair share of tea. And here you see linking up. Now, at first, I really didn't know where this was, but eventually it clicked. And if you guys remember, this is one of the chutes that I was originally exploring in my when I was searching for a new mining cave. And then eventually I found that area, and see, like, I'm really close to the ground actually, and you'll see me breach it on a couple occasions. But what I was deducing and telling you guys in the commentary as I was doing this, I do remember that, was that I was going to use this shaft and go down just in addition to the other one that I've currently been working on. Now, this was simply supposed to be a like one episode 10-minute excursion until I'm completely mined out of my other mine shaft. What ended up happening, and I think where the point I am now at the end of the episode, is I spent the entire episode and I'm still nowhere near where I am. So you see here is the wall off, and there's my original cave. So I can definitely link these two if I just picture it well enough. Mining down certain, and I was trying to check ladders here too while I was at it, because I do want a heavy stock of ladders. I do have enough coal to make torches, and I think you see around here I start getting, I do get freaked out because I hear a zombie, and eventually I see a zombie, and that is no that's no fun, right? And oh, my screensaver keeps going on. I have to change that because it's really, I'm sorry if you can hear my elbows randomly clamping on the desk. Sometimes it's more comfortable for me to kneel instead of sit in my chair, so I sort of alternate. It's sort of random, but I don't know, that's just me. I don't want, actually, there's a fair amount of things that can really not work out well for you in the long run if you kneel too often. I'm trying to avoid that, but kneeling is quite comfortable sometimes. And here you go, here you see me making the arrows, and I think I ended up getting 60. 56, close enough. And that is really not ideal. I didn't find enough feathers, but what I did do off camera, I think, was make a fishing pole too, you see. And, or was that in the last episode? I am not doing well right now with trying to remember which is which. I've done so many episodes at this point that it's sort of like all a mush. It's like just this conglomeration of Minecraft, and that's really sort of, this is just an awesome game. I mean, think about it. I spent what, $13 I think, $12.95 or so US for this game, and I have played the ever-living hell out of it, and I'm not anywhere near burnout. You know, you always get to that point in games where it's just I have to stop right now. And really, sort of, it's sad for some games. In terms of games I've recently been playing, I can feel free to go off on any frickin' tangent I want here, because I don't have to think at all about what I'm doing. This is already pre-recorded. But in terms of burnout of recent games that I was playing, Fallout New Vegas, I just didn't attract me the way Fallout 3 did. And it's funny because I have a lot of not only from that I'm getting from my friends, but I'm also getting messages from subscribers saying, you know, I really wasn't too keen on Fallout 3, the whole idea, but really Fallout New Vegas sort of picked it up for me and made a fresh start, and I actually like the plot a lot more, and I find myself driven into it and wanting to continue a lot more. So here you see me camping a bit. I am still, like, I'm plagued by these sounds that are coming from everywhere, and I do believe that eventually there will be a creeper. I'm also trying to decide whether to go down here or continue on in the other spot, and I do eventually continue on in the other spot. And there was a point here where you may see me look at the time in the top. Actually, no, it may be cropped in the video. You'll see me look at the time and be like, oh shit, I'm already a minute over. I might as well just continue on and go like an additional 5 minutes or so. But be certain to tell me. I will try and keep them under 20 minutes, but if you didn't mind this being 25 minutes, I can certainly go like a half hour in the future with only one mid-roll ad. And you see me looking down here, this is the other cave, and yes, that is iron. And I do believe that there's a fair amount. One thing I really was sort of an aftermath analysis of what I was doing. I really needed to put more of this stuff in the chest, because if I had dropped here, I'm on normal and I would have died. And that would have made for some sad panda moments. One thing I do want to try, and I believe that I will, during winter break, when I have more time, I'm going to try live streaming some more. And I think I've worked it out. I've been looking at a couple articles, and I think I've sort of squared away where I am in the moment. And, ooh, that was... it may be a bit dark for you guys to see, but I do put a torch down in a second. And there's the iron. Oh, precious iron. One thing, I was trying to jump up here, too. But this is really... to the point where you have to be careful with footing, and I should have made little footpaths here. There's whole. I didn't realize that Minecraft was this intense. There's whole analytical discussion on what I should have done better. But I'm having pretty much a very good time with the games I'm playing right now. I'm certainly still playing StarCraft. It's something that probably not going to lose interest in anytime soon. I mean, the original StarCraft was, I think I did burn out on that game, but I also didn't have it. I played it at my friend's house, so I didn't actually buy that by myself. So that's, I think, we just stopped playing it and played Ghost Recon instead for the PC. I had a Mac, so we couldn't play PC games, and eventually I did get a PC, and Rome Total War, Age of Mythology, those were good games. There was, I mean, when you think back to it, and this is just me right now, but I think that it may have been the genre too of games that I played at the time, but I think that games that were made prior to where we are with technology and game development lasted longer. I don't know if it was because of the release of games was just so spread out, and as there weren't as many consoles as we have today, and the endless variety you can really do with the technology we have as opposed to 10 years ago. But I mean, if you think about the games that we all started on, Final Fantasies, the Pokemons, I mean, Age of Mythology was a really good game. I sort of want to just get a gaming PC just to go back and play. I don't even need a gaming PC. I can probably do it on Parallels that I can get through various means, and go play some Age of Mythology. But my CD drive is actually broken in this. I have to fix that in my Super Drive. And I should have that fixed over break. I just haven't had really much time to do it elsewhere. And I'm picking up all this coal here because the coal will actually power minecarts, and that was one thing that I learned that I was talking about in this episode, was that I don't need, because I have powered minecarts, I don't need, excuse me, I'm just going to reposition that microphone as I am back sitting in my chair instead of kneeling in front of it. Let's see, get it up a bit more. That's what she said. Oh, that should work. That I don't know, I just like all the games I used to play, like Rome Total War. You could spend so much playtime in that game, and then you would quit when you got a blue screen, and then you would go right back. Oh man, B-sides were, I remember that game. I got blue screen of death many a time, but it was worth it because that game was quite awesome. And now we have attack dogs. I remember those dogs used to rape hardcore. Although I like the Gaelic head throwers too. They were quite amusing. I didn't get any of the X-Packs for it. There's a whole new, I think there's one with Napoleonic Total War or something like that. And that looked cool. I got pretty good reviews. Civ, of course, too. I have Civ 4 for the Mac, but I don't really play it that much. It was sort of one of those that was just thrown by the wayside. But I should. If I... that may be a random one that I do a Let's Play of sometime. I did forget about that. And then, of course, I played World of Warcraft for many a year, and was quite high ranked at that. But that, I mean, just the games, no matter how small your game library was, you would have stuff that you could just go back to and you could play. I mean, Pokemon itself, obviously one of the most long-reaching franchises of all time. I mean, we're still looking at it. I will be the first to admit that I still care for the Pokemon franchise, and when the 3DSs come out before March 2011, I will be picking one up just for the new black and white Pokemon that's coming out. because that is, I don't know, you connect with games that you played during your childhood, and that's definitely one that's carried on with me, that I still have fun for. And Golden Sun. If any of you guys remember Golden Sun, please leave a note in the comment section. That game and me was like a fat kid on cake. I remember, I mean, like, I really don't have a handheld anymore because, I mean, like, just think about traveling everywhere. It used to be like in the back seat of your parents' in your parents' car driving. While they were driving, you play video games and look at just the whole cheat. That was, they released. If I can find the link for it, I will put it up. But there was like the 10 things that IGN put up a list of 10 things that went by the wayside of gaming in the past 10 years or so, and one of them was the cheat. Not only cheat sequences, but also the cheat, like the Game Sharks, the add-ons and stuff. Oh, the good old days of just like diagonal, up, B, A, B, select, down, up, diagonal, down. Yeah, that was some good times right there. But that was kind of funny. I don't know why I branched off on that. I guess I started on Minecraft because this is just, it's such a simplistic game. I mean, you really don't take note of the expansiveness of it and the whole depth of what you can create until you are playing it, and then it's just like, wow. I've had so many people that are like, wow, this game just looks shit, and then play it. I've convinced a couple of my friends to get it. Not as many as I would have liked, but that's certainly something I'm going to work on. I'm not going to give up. And that was the time I almost died. And holy crap, I was like, is my health still on normal? Oh shit, what am I going to do? And this was actually a funny. I did think I like bellowed out a random sigh of relief when I got down there. I would attempt to recreate it, except I forget what I did exactly. And it wouldn't just be good as good after the moment, at the initial moment. So here you see just the amount of iron. There are steps of iron here, and there's also a skeleton that appears here. And I think eventually you're gonna see me running away and walling this off like a pussy. But that is that. And yeah, so it's 2:18 p.m. I should have this up within, I want to say within the hour, depending if I'm not doing anything computer specific that would deplete the RAM from other programs. I don't want to play StarCraft when I'm uploading this. That'd be sad. I should get into platinum though soon. I think I'm on a big enough win streak that when I lose a game, if you happen to play StarCraft and you don't understand the way the matchmaking system works, is in terms of when you're actually going to be promoted, I can't say specifically as nobody really knows the exact math that they use to determine it, but if you beat enough opponents that are above your level, eventually you'll get to a point where the game will promote you, and it's looking to place you, so it's going to put you in consecutively higher ranked against higher ranked players. And when it gets to the point where you lose a game, the game determines, hey, that's where he's probably good, so we're going to put him right below that level. And then the next time you win a game, if you're not on a horrible losing streak, you'll get promoted usually. Once you get a loss, it's that loss that really keys it in. Every time I've been promoted in any league, it's been that loss that depicts it. So here I'm going back and continuing on. This is the start of my little cave, and then I just wandered off in so many different directions. I actually think I'm somewhat getting close to running out of torches, and eventually I hear the skeleton. At least I think I do. I'm not quite sure. And here's another cave. I mean, this is the kind of ADD that was going on, and I didn't check the time. I figured the last time I checked the time was at like 6 minutes, so I thought, I have so much more time. But I mean, this game is quite awesome, and I really enjoyed that this whole Minecraft, I don't know, came into vogue for at least for a little bit, and I will definitely be continuing. I see myself playing this for an extended period of time after this. And I just hope I don't get lost at this point when I come back to play this eventually. Although watching this entire thing back again will definitely sort of spark my memory, I'm sure. But that is that. So something happened to me the other day. I was like, it was one of those depressing moments. And when it gets toward the end of the year, with like music majors, it's all like juries, and we don't, aside from our classes that are gen ed or just core that you have to take a certain amount of math or science and stuff like that, even outside of high school, because it's the way undergraduate studies work at least in the States. I know it's different in Europe. You even have different areas of study that you go into in high school, which I think is good. Personally, I think that there's both benefits and oh, there we go, pros and cons. As I come back, everything is a full circle, guys. I can finally say pros and cons now. And here you see is the final item. There must not have been skeleton here. I just am doing something random, but you see just the amount of minerals, and I still haven't collected all the stuff previous to this. There's still like steps of iron somewhere, and holy good god. It's just everything is sort of like a hellhole when it comes to the end of the semester. Every class is sort of crap, even in college, but then you have juries and all that stuff that's put on top of it, and I started working on a new prelude and fugue, because like Bach is one of those things that you can just go back to if you have a couple minutes of spare time and learn something else. So now I start practicing and I'm like, hey, okay, cool. And then I started just putting the metronome up and up and up and up and up, and I get to the point, it's like 70, I don't know, it's like 72 beats per. And then I looked at the per and I was like, okay, why not? And I figured it was an eighth note. It's one of those triplet ones, but there were never triplets written as triplets in Baroque music. There is no hemiola, none of that. They weren't having that. Common practice is generally to play the triplet going with a sort of like syncopated da 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 a rhythm, because it's really it. Bach invented jazz, guys. It's true. But and then I go and play them. I'm like, that is painfully easy. I can do this in 2 weeks. And then I'm like, okay, let me go listen to a recording of it, which is just beyond me, because I generally know a fair amount of in my repertoire of just music that I listen to, and I should have known. I don't know as many of the book 2 preludes and preludes and fugues as I do of the book 1, and I think that's what got me screwed up. But I went to listen to it, I'm like, wow, that's really fast. And then I go look back at the metronome mark, and it's like per dotted quarter note. I'm like, fuck. So that's it was twice as fast as I was playing it, and thought like, hey, this is easy. So that shocker, and that could be amusing. In the coming weeks, I have what, 3 weeks. It's good enough. I'll make it happen. But yeah, so there may be, as finals come along, there may be a lack of Minecraft videos. I'm gonna try over Thanksgiving break. If I have like I'm just gonna take 5 hours. I'm gonna wake up one morning on Sunday. I'm gonna do it Sundays. I don't run on Sundays. I'm gonna wake up Sunday morning at like 6 and just record 5 hours of Minecraft straight. Just like fucking gaming marathon. I'm gonna have my tea. I'm gonna have some water. I'm gonna have breakfast, and I'm gonna come upstairs with my tea and my water, and I'm just gonna make it happen and get all that done. So here you see me gathering more iron. Somewhere around here, you're gonna see me look at the clock and be like, "Oh shit, I gotta go, guys, peace." Because I was actually oh, that's one thing that happened today. So I ended up staying too late, and I was running somewhat late to class, and realized that when it was too late, and I went out the door. Now, you may remember in my last episode, I did believe I talked about it in my last episode, because this was later that morning. Remember the alarm clock that I heard when I was going outside for my run? And I heard it when I came back inside. Alright, so when I left the house, or where I live, it was 3 hours later, 2.5 hours later. What do I hear as I walk out the door? Beep, 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 and it was just, it boggled my mind, because that was like from 5:30 until 8:40. So that's 3 hours, 3 hours and 10 minutes or so. That alarm clock was on, and that sort of baffled my mind. It wasn't on when I came back later that day, but that was at what, 4 p.m. So that, yeah, holy crap, right? I don't know, it was a good way to cap off the episode, I thought. So if you like this, please leave a comment, and along with any of the other things I talked about that may have sparked comments from you guys, and like it if you could. It really helps me out a lot, and I will see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you. Peace.